Hey guys, it's Keegan. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video was so recommended. I did a video recently telling you guys what it's like to be in a sorority, all the events, all the things, all the little blah 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 things that go into it that I didn't realize that I think would be super helpful if you wanted to make the decision whether you wanted to rush or not. And so many of you guys asked me to do a video about recruitment advice. I've done recruitment advice videos before. I'll have them linked down below, but this video is going to be about virtual sorority recruitment because COVID-19, everything going on. A lot of schools are opting for a virtual recruitment. I'm at Alpha Chi Omega, Arizona State University. We're doing virtual recruitment. They have not released a lot of information. The sorority members know more than like the P&Ms do. So if I accidentally expose something, I'm so sorry, Panhellenic. It was not intentional. A lot of schools are doing virtual sorority recruitment. It is going to be so different from how regular recruitment works. I do feel like I have some insight into what that's going to be like. I have a list on my iPad that will give you a better chance of getting all the houses that you want back through virtual sorority recruitment, things that houses are going to be looking for, things that you can do to give yourself a better chance of getting into your dream house, sorority, whatever. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, go follow me there. I probably will do a sorority Q&A before rush starts. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. If you guys have any questions about it, you can also DM me. The sorority rules have changed a lot this year because of COVID. I'm gonna give you guys like a little bit of background before we start this video just so you understand the differences of how this is going to be different than a regular sorority recruitment. So basically whatever National Panhellenic says, every school has to follow that. Every school can have their own little different rules, but if National Panhellenic is like this is okay, then that's okay. Normally how sorority recruitment goes is sororities, they can't DM you, they can't talk to you, you can't talk to their members. If I was walking around ASU and I saw someone who was going through recruitment, I couldn't say hi to them, I couldn't talk to them. So most of the time last year when you guys would DM me, I couldn't respond because like that's the rule. Like I wasn't allowed to talk to you guys because it could be considered dirty rushing. But National Panhellenic, because of COVID, changed that rule. So like now you are allowed to meet people, you are allowed to DM, P&M. The online communication before recruitment starts is a lot more like chill and open. So my first recommendation is actually about like the DMing thing. A lot of sororities are doing this where they're reaching out to P&Ms. I don't really understand how they find you. It's kind of creepy if you ask me, but like it is what it is. A lot of them do that. A lot of sororities will be like, hey, like blah blah blah, like if you're interested in rushing, like here's the registration, like hope you have a great time at ASU, blah blah blah. It's like something super simple like that. It will either be like the sorority's Instagram account or like a member in the sorority. My first piece of advice is to respond nicely because you'd be surprised at the amount of girls that don't. I'm gonna give you a scenario. You're a sorority and you DM two girls this exact same message. One responds, oh my god, thank you so much, I can't wait for rush. The other one doesn't respond at all or says something like kind of rude, like how did you find me? Like I don't know, something like that. Me as a sorority, I probably would more gravitate towards the girl that was super nice. I would recommend responding. You can like the message. I kind of just feel like saying like thank you so much for reaching out. Thanks, I'm so excited for rush. Like oh my gosh, can't wait. I don't know, just something really nice because that's their first impression of you. Because they've never even met you, but their first impression of you is what you responded to their DM if they DM you. If you guys have questions for them, you can ask them questions. You don't have to be fake about it. You don't have to pretend to be like some hee 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 girl if you're not. Even if it's a house you're not interested in, I do recommend responding nicely to them. The next one is just like thank them if they send you anything, like if they send you the recruitment link, if they send you something in the mail. Sororities are allowed to do that now. Thank them if they send you mail, if they send you a DM. Say thank you. This next thing is a piece of advice that I hate. On my school's registration form, there's an option to film a 30-second video of you talking a little bit about yourself. I don't think it's mandatory. I absolutely hate this idea. I don't know who came up with it, and I totally understand the reasoning behind it. I make videos for a living. This is my job, and I am terrified to make a 30-second video talking about myself. I don't think I could do it. I mean, I probably could, but I think I would be super uncomfortable and awkward, and I literally do this for a living. And I know that it is so awkward, and you're like, I don't know what to say about myself. What should I be wearing? Where should I be? Do I film it on my phone? Do I film it vertically? Do I film it horizontally? I don't think any of that really matters. When you register for recruitment, if you put that 30-second video, I feel like it gives you a better chance than if you don't, if that makes any sense. But I do recommend if your school has the option of making it to do that because it gives the sorority a little bit of knowledge about you. There's a few ways that schools are going to do recruitment virtually. My school hasn't decided what platform it's going to be on. I'm assuming it's going to be on Zoom. Cannot think of another thing that it would be on. Yes, there's a couple of like formats. The first one is like every round you talk to someone on Zoom. The second option is the first round you're not even going to talk to someone. You're only going to watch videos of houses, and then the rest of the rounds you'll talk to people. So the first round you're not meeting anyone. I want you to keep in mind having that be the first round is a disadvantage for you and for the sororities. You're not meeting any of the sororities, so you don't know what the girls in that house are like. So you're voting on a house based off a video. I will have like advice later in this video about that, so just like wait with me here, just like hold off. Sororities also have to draw people first round. They're not keeping every single girl first round. Even though they've never met you, they're still going to be dropping people. That's why I think this video is super important. If you do make it, if you already registered and you didn't make it, I'm sure you can make up for that somehow. Like I'm sure you can DM the sorority or something like that. I don't know. I really recommend making that because they could drop you first round without even meeting you. So I think that's a really scary thing in all honesty, because in this like second option, they're not going to be meeting you first round. They're going to be judging you based off your Instagram and your registration form. Bothers me a lot that this is happening, and I know that this is just the way it works. COVID's happening. We can't change it. Like we just have to roll with it, go with the flow, go with the changes that are going to be happening. A few things that I recommend you do for your like social media to kind of like show yourself. Number one, I would recommend you unprivate your Instagram if you are on private. Sororities can get to know you well through your Instagram. I would say in the past that Instagram is not a make or break thing. My little Nicole did not get dropped from one single house during recruitment. She had a private Instagram and probably posts on it once a year, and her face is barely even on her Instagram. But she is the kind of girl that you meet and you're like, oh my god, I want to be your best friend. I want to raise a daughter and have her be just like you. You are everything. You are girl next door. You are the best person I've ever met. You meet her and you're like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with you. And she didn't need her Instagram to carry her through recruitment because her personality did. But since round one, you might not even be meeting people, your personality can't carry you through. So I feel like, unfortunately, social media is a really big part of recruitment this year. I recommend unprivating yourself on Instagram. I recommend archiving or deleting any trashy drinking photos, like photos of you in bikinis. It's not that big of a deal, but if you have a photo of your just straight butt on your Instagram, or you have a photo of you like chugging a White Claw, those are not going to give yourself the best first impression, because genuinely that will be their first impression of you as your social media and registration form. Don't pretend to be someone you're not on your social media just so a sorority will like you. I don't recommend that. That's not at all what I'm saying, but I'm just saying that if your social media is not like the best representation of you, maybe archive those photos until you get into the house or something like that. I keep saying this, but social media is such a big part of recruitment this year, and it's really unfortunate that it is, but it is the way it is. I also recommend to really fill out your registration form with every single interest, hobby, club. That also is a really big thing, how they're going to get to know you. If they're going to see two girls' registration forms, one is filled out with a ton of interest, you really can get to know her, and the other one says that she likes dogs and cupcakes, you're probably going to go with the girl that has a lot more information about her. I also recommend signing up for recruitment as fast as possible. I don't recommend signing up like the night before it happens. I know that there's a ton of people, a good amount of people that rush sign up right before recruitment starts, but I recommend signing up as early as possible. Like I know my school's registration link is open right now, so if they see your form earlier on and they're like, oh my god, I like this girl, they're going to probably ask for you back. But if you sign up the very last minute, you might get lost in a ton of those girls that sign up the last minute. I'm not saying that's going to happen, I'm just saying that the odds of that happening. My next piece of advice are about the first round videos. So not every single school is doing this. Like I said, you'll talk to people through Zoom the first round, but some you'll watch a video. I recommend completely ignoring these videos. Watch them with a grain of salt. I don't feel like they're going to be an accurate representation of the house, because I know what goes into these videos, and they give you like, you need to put this and this and this and this and this into the video. These sororities are now being forced to make these videos during the summer when everyone's at home quarantining in their house in Michigan instead of being at ASU. If they have any professional footage, it's only going to be girls that live in state. It's not going to be every single girl. And then if it's girls from out of state, it's going to be like on their iPhone quality, so it's not going to be very good. I could be totally wrong. I've never seen these videos, but just from what I'm understanding what these videos will be first round, I don't think that you should base your opinion on a house off of a 30-second video. So here is what I think that you should base your opinion off of first round. And I'm going to say it and you're gonna be like, you're so superficial, but bear with me. I recommend that you base your first round like voting which houses you want to keep and which houses you want to drop off their social media. And I do not mean which houses have the most followers, which houses have the best Instagram feed, which houses have this, which houses get the most likes. No, I don't recommend doing that at all. I recommend going to a sorority's Instagram, looking at their posts, going to their comments, and reading their comments. What are the things that these girls are saying in the comments? I recommend going to the people they tag in the photos, going to their tagged photos, going through their members' Instagrams and stalking the crap out of them and seeing what are their sisters commenting on their personal Instagram photos. Are they commenting things like, you're so hot, you're so cute, you're so pretty, oh my god, I wish I was as pretty as you? Or are they commenting things like, oh my gosh, like you are so accomplished, I'm so happy to be your sister, I love you so much, you are such an amazing woman. And I totally get that if a girl posts a bikini photo, people are not gonna be like, what an intelligent woman. They're gonna be like, oh my god, sis, you're so hot. Like, I get that. Read these comments and see, is there a sisterhood? Do these girls only care about appearances? Even though lots of Instagram comments are about like how pretty you look, there also still are going to be ones about who she is as a person. And I think that you can really see from the Instagram comments, can you tell that these girls are actually friends? Like, are they having like little cute combos in the comments, or are they just being like so excited excited for recruitment. Woohoo, can't wait for a little. That is a really good way of seeing the sisterhood. I know that you can't see it firsthand, but I think like the way that these girls interact with each other is going to be a really big indicator of, is this a real sisterhood or is it just for show? I also recommend really relying on your rogams during this time. Every school calls them something different. Some schools call them like rokai, some people call them gamma, whatever, I don't know. They're basically people that disaffiliate with their chapter and they're here to help you. Some of my best friends are going to be rogams. They are getting so much training to help you make this decision. Virtual recruitment is going to be harder than any kind of recruitment, so I really recommend relying on them. And you get a couple, find one that you really like, and then just kind of use them as a resource. Another recommendation that I have is not to go on Greek Rank. I hate this website. This website is where people rank houses. People will go on and like self-rank themselves, or they'll go on to other chapters and pretend to be a part of that chapter and be like, we're so cool, we're so this, when it's not even a girl in the chapter. People will spread rumors on there. I guarantee you that any rumor that you read on there is not going to be real. I just don't recommend going on it. If you want to see like what houses are like, that's not the place to do it. As for clothes, if you guys want me to do a whole video on what you should wear to virtual recruitment, I've done a video in the past, what to wear to recruitment. I'll link it down below, but things will be a little different because like you're only seeing this much of you. My first tip is to wear jewelry that has like some kind of story to it or something that you can lead into a conversation. My little Nicole wore these like cutest little earrings during recruitment, and they were from Target, and people would be like, oh my god, I love your earrings, and she'd be like, it's from Target. Then you'd go into this conversation about how much you love Target, and you'd like bond with someone over your love for Target. Or you could wear a necklace that you got in Greece when you went on your senior trip. Maybe your mom is from Brazil and she brought you like some earrings back. I don't know, but I do recommend wear things that you can tell a story with, or things that you can lead into a conversation. Be really intentional about what you're wearing, focusing your outfit on your upper body because that's what they're going to be seeing. So if you're gonna be wearing a white shirt and like a really cute skirt, I don't recommend it. It obviously gets more like dressy the more you go, but I would just recommend focusing on having cute tops. Make sure you don't have that much cleavage going on. I also recommend staging your background. I don't know if like they're going to make you have like a little green screen or like one of those things in recruitment, you know, like on Zoom how you can like put a background. I don't know if they're gonna make you do that, but if you're sitting in your dorm, maybe let's say you have a pillow, it's super cute like this one, and then they're gonna be like, oh my god, I love the pillow behind you, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, my best friend from high school gave it to me. It's like something that you can tell a story with. My grandma made those for me. She's from here and that's where my family's from, and that's a little bit about me, you know, things that you can kind of pick up on and lead the conversation that way. Stage your background, make it cute, put things that represent you in it. That's probably a lot of pressure for me saying that, but that's okay. Here are 3 questions that I guarantee you people are going to ask you. I could put money on it that you will get asked by almost every single house. What's your major and why did you choose it? Why did you choose to go to ASU or like whatever college you're going to, and why did you decide to rush? You need to know answers to those 3 questions before you go into any round. So you should really come up with a good, well thought out answer that's not too long, that also like shows that you have some substance to you. So these last tips are how I'm going to help you like finesse your way into a house. GPA is a huge deal in sororities. I don't think the average person realizes that you can get dropped before you walk into a house because of your GPA. If you go on my school's like Panhellenic website, you can see like the all sorority average, which basically means it's the average of every single sorority girl's GPA. If your GPA is below that number, I've had a few people DM me and be like, my GPA is really bad, but like I'm really focused on like improving my GPA. Since you're not meeting people round 1, I would maybe recommend like DMing the sororities Instagram, like all of them, be like, hey, like I'm going to recruitment, like I just wanted to let you know like my GPA from high school was not so great due to like personal reasons, but like I'm really focused on like improving my GPA and like focus on school, like that's like a really big priority to me this year. Or you can DM like the school's Panhellenic Instagram, like maybe they could spread that information. So I do recommend saying something if your GPA is lower, how you plan to improve it. I just feel like that could help you a little bit. Even if some houses do drop you first round because your GPA, some houses might see that and be like, wow, she's really taking initiative. That's the kind of girl that we want. Here's 2 things that if they ask you, you need to say yes to. Do you want to live in? Yeah, you do. Do you want a leadership position? Yeah, you do. Even if like right now in this stage of life, you're like, I don't know if I want to, say yes. From like a financial aspect, if you have a girl that wants to live in and you have a girl that doesn't want to live in the sorority house, you're going to choose the girl that wants to live in this sorority house because she's going to fill that bed space. And if you choose a girl that doesn't, that bed space might be open and then the sorority will have to pay more for it. My other sorority recruitment advice videos has all my like talking tips and things to say to people. That video still really applies to your conversations. I really recommend go checking that out. For conversations that you're having through Zoom, go check out that video. I think that video will really help you market yourself the best way to sororities. I also really recommend checking out the dues before you even sign up for recruitment. If you know that you can't afford it, I don't recommend going through recruitment if you know that you won't be able to pay for it. It's just a waste of of your time. You're taking someone's spot if you get into a house and have to drop. If you're still rushing and you're not sure if you can afford it, do not tell them that. They see like a girl that's like, I'm not sure if I can pay, versus a girl that's like, yeah, I definitely can pay. They're gonna choose the girl that definitely can pay. That is the end of this video. I hope that you guys liked it. Definitely go check out my other like sorority recruitment advice videos. I've done one about my rush experience. I've done one about outfits. I've done other like Q&As with my sorority sisters. I have so many sorority videos. I also have a video all about what it's like to be in one. I have vlogs from sorority events. I'm turning into a sorority account. Oh my gosh. I also want to know, do you guys want me to do a video where I talk about how to find the right house for you? Because all of these tips I feel like were very much like how to make a sorority like you. And I don't feel like there's a ton of videos on YouTube that are like, how do I know if I like that sorority? Like, what are signs that I like them, or how do I know if they're being fake, or how do I know if this is genuine? Let me know if you want a video that's like how to like detect the like bull crap from sororities. I don't know. Definitely go follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, for more college, sorority, stuff like that videos coming up. I love you so much. I hope you have a great time during virtual recruitment, and I'll see you in my next video.